Hey there, creators. I'm Danny Daniela, and you're watching the Dear Creator YouTube channel where we are going to experience the self awareness journey and practice our critical thinking skills using content on social media through the forums, through all of the different grams and TikToks and X's and threads. Today, I have been blessed to find a series that I can actually use without thinking it's a problem. It is the Who the F Did I Marry series on TikTok. I recently came across this series in passing. I think I saw someone reviewing it slightly in my YouTube. I saw people talking about it in my Instagram feed. So I went and I said, what is this? And then I went to the source. I looked at TikTok.com to find ReesaTeesa's page. And it looks like she has lots of videos there. But recently, I took some time and I looked at her public service announcement. Her public service announcements declares that she's excited about people having conversations, that she shares her embarrassments and all of her bad decisions with the world. And her hope is that people can learn from it. So I'm inviting you all to go through all of these with me each day to see exactly what we learn from it. Here's the primary goal here. We're not going to judge this woman. We are going to judge ourselves. We're going to apply to our own self-awareness journey. So we're going to look at each case. We're going to think maybe, what do we think happened next? We might have a little bit exciting questions based off of whatever she shares that day. As she mentioned, this is supposed to be like an audio book experience, and it's live, it's real, it's some actual life, and it seems exciting. I don't know. We'll see how far I can get. So here's the challenge for myself. This is going to help me as a creator create more content around self-awareness and critical thinking. So thank you, ReesaTeesa, for putting yourself out there. And then also for you all to be better creators when it comes to mindful feedback, adding your solutions, adding your stories to the conversation that's going to better us as a people. What can we learn from this conversation? What even data can we bring into this? I know it sounds like a lot, so we're just going to start with today watching number one video of the series, and then I'll have three questions for you all after we watch it. Let's get into it.
And welcome. We all know why you're here. You're here for part of the new series that I am calling Who the Fuck Did I Marry? I'm going to create this playlist series, and I'm going to tell the story of how I met, dated, married, and divorced a real pathological liar. Um, this is my introduction slash disclaimer video. First and foremost, I'm going to be truthful, even if it makes me look bad. I'm going to be honest, but I'm also not going to be disrespectful to anyone that was involved. I'm not going to use people's real names because I don't have their permission to do so. And assistant does not want any sort of litigation. Um, I will tell you off the top, I have a sense of humor and I have sarcasm. So things that you see me laughing at, none of this is funny. But in order to get through it, I have to laugh. If I cry, I cry. I'm human. I'm a woman. This was traumatic. Um, I'm going to do the best I can to upload as much of the story as I can, because I know people get so annoyed with the follow for part four, follow me for part 17. I'm just going to do the best I can to keep uploading the videos each at a time. I'm going to go in order from the time we met until the time I got our divorce decree in the mail. So that is a lot of time to cover. Please give me the grace to just get it out. It may not be all in one day, it may not be all in 2 days. But what I can tell you is, even if you don't necessarily see a video, I'm probably recording it and then I will upload it into the playlist titled Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Um, what else do I need to cover ahead of time? Because I feel like this video is important to give some sort of context. So that way, when people jump into the series, they kind of can figure out, oh, let me start at the introduction video and then work my way through. A lot of the questions that you all have sent me will be answered when I start and tell the story in order. Um, Everything I'm going to tell you can be verified. There are people in my life who can easily verify, yes, this did happen. Yes, he really did do that. Yes, he said that. Yes, she did go through that. I have no contact whatsoever with my ex husband in any way, shape, or form. We do not communicate. We do not have mutual friends or anything that we're where we communicate through those people. No contact. I cannot stress that enough because I feel like somebody's gonna ask me, "Do you still talk to him?" No, I ain't seen him. I ain't heard from him. I don't want to hear from him. And I will tell the entire story up until the last time I did hear from him and what happened. Um, yeah, this is my story. So, um, I am just a regular woman who thought she met the one, and I didn't. um, Most people have never came in contact with a pathological liar. We typically come in contact with like a compulsive liar. It is not the same. A pathological liar has no reason for why they lie. And the lies that they make up, there's no limit to the lie. Um, I was once a psychology major in undergrad. I didn't graduate with a psychology degree, but I'm very comfortable saying that he was a pathological liar. He was a narcissist. And yes, there was some mental, in my opinion, mental health issues going on. Pathological lying part, absolutely. Um, so I want to preface all this by saying you're going to probably think, what in the world? There's no way this happened. Everything you're going to hear me say actually did happen. Um, I never thought I was going to be in some sort of Lifetime movie, but I was. Um, so I will read the comments as best I can. Like I said, I think if you allow me to tell the whole story, things will be answered. Um, and sorry, I do talk with my hands. It's a coping mechanism. So if you're like, why is she moving her hands? Um, Other than that, let's all take a deep breath, buckle in, because this was a fucking crazy ride. And if you think it's crazy, imagine how I feel as the person who lived it and had no idea what I was dealing with. I thought I knew, but I truly had no idea who the fuck I married. You like how I twisted that? Anyway. All right, y'all. This is the introduction, so welcome. Part one will be up shortly.
All right, friends. So that is the first session. I don't think we got into the story yet, but I have a few questions for us before we get into the second one. I think I can do the next one today since we didn't really get part of the story. Is I want you to provide your takeaways as the creator. What do you think works for this story? Why do you think people are invested? I would say, for one, I think that is very, very unique that she put together her series and an audiobook that's discussing all of the woes in her life. That's going to grab attention, whether it's attention that you want and that you don't want. You're going to be able to get a lot of views and a lot of responses just because you are putting yourself out there. A lot of the time we have cookie cutter experiences. We think the world is all good and gummies and drops, but it doesn't drop like that all the time. And people actually do experience real life situations. And for those who are judgmental about her experience, I'm interested to know, have you ever had a mistake in your life? Have you ever had a flaw in your life? Because we are able to see someone describe all of their flaws or to tell their story from their perspective. This is something that we have to understand, is that we only have one side of the story. We don't have the side of the story of the liar. We're taking this woman's word that this is truth. So this is how I would go about it from the beginning. So far as, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is set up so that she can have a Lifetime movie. But even if this is the case, we watch so-called reality TV shows that has some scripted in it. and we take it for face value, and then we learn about these people and we learn that some of the stuff we've seen on TV wasn't true. This possibly could be a true story. I'm believing that it is a true story. Maybe throughout the case, we'll learn how she is qualifying all of the things that she's saying, how she has evidence to prove that this is true. But right now, we're just on social media. We're inside this world where anybody can be whatever they want to be. And she decided to be someone who's sharing her flaws and her mistakes. Do we see that often? No. So that's one indicator where I'm thinking this possibly could be true. But this is going to be just the first video for today, just for you to all understand that if you have never watched the series and you want to watch it with me, it's like us, sharing TikToks with each other, friends. Okay, we're going to watch it. We're going to talk about it after each segment, but intentionally, mindfully. We're going to come into the conversation, engage in this conversation, and apply this to our own self-awareness journey. Even if we don't think we made the same exact mistakes, we're going to use this as a framework for our self-awareness journey, because we all like to be aware about our own flaws too, as we judge people on the internet. Okay, so until tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is how active I'm going to be. Thank you, Tessa. Okay, ReesaTeesa. I apologize if I say it wrong. But one thing I want to point out through this one video is that she apologized for using her hands. And I just calling it out. I know that seems pretty small, but it's so interesting that she's in the room by herself and she's using her hands and she's calling out that she's apologizing for being expressive and using her hands. This is something that I am aware of that I do, is there's this idea that people are judging us for something because we hear people judge other people for something. And it's kind of gets silly that we can't just exist in our own existingness and just move our hands and talk without someone thinking that it's a problem for them. I don't know. Tell me what you think about the video. Are you excited about watching this with me? I hope that you guys come join me. I hope it's not just one or two people joining me. Let's have fun with this. But most importantly, let's make sure that we develop and improve in our own lives as we look into someone else's mess. Until next time, hold on to you as much as you can. Hold on to your health, your being, and your mind. Bye.